Hi, Tom Trento with a very important exclusive message specifically for Christians in the state of Florida. I want to give you 3 reasons why I decided, as a very serious Christian, that I must vote on Tuesday, November 8th, 2016. Hey, look, for 2 years now, you've listened to the insanity, the unrelenting commercials about Donald Trump, who has been made out to be the personification of evil. Trump has single-handedly causes the oceans to rise, the earth to warm, the sun to darken. You've heard it all. And now you're confused, you're confounded, you're conflicted. You've determined that you cannot vote for Hillary Clinton on any moral ground due to her unmitigated anti-Christian beliefs and policies. Well, you're conflicted because you don't want to vote for Trump. Even though his policies are conservative, they're pro-Christian, you believe his behavior, his words, his characteristics, his actions are anything but Christian. Therefore, you're on the proverbial horns of a dilemma. You're scratching your head, do I vote for Trump, the stone-cold sinner? Or do you follow your conscience, your Christian conscience, and not vote? Sit this one out. Take a pass. File a protest vote because you live in one of those blue states and your vote really doesn't count anyway. Well, here's how I decided to work through that confounding, conflicting aspect and determine that I must vote because I'm a very serious Christian. By the way, I'm a theologian. I'm an evangelical. I believe in Jesus, the Bible, all of that. I'm a sinner saved by grace. 3 reasons why I decided I got to vote. Number 1, I can't fake out God. All right? I can't fake him out. Because we have been privileged to such an amazing degree to be born in the United States or naturalized in the United States of America, we have a moral obligation to participate in the process that constructs a sound, moral, good culture and society. To tell God, well, because of A, B, and C, I'm taking a pass and think you could fake him out, I decided that can't happen. Number 2, God will kick my ass. Yes, God will kick my ass. Yeah. God is a God of love and kumbaya and all that stuff. But take it from me, or take it from any serious Christian. Just as a father disciplines his kids, God will discipline his children. And if at that moment, when the requirement is to rise to the occasion to make the tough decisions, we take a pass on November 8th, God will kick my ass, I concluded. And I try to go through life avoiding that if at all possible. Number 3, the 3rd reason why I decided I got to be in that booth on November 8th, 2016. I reversed the paradigm. I said, what if the next decision to determine the President of the United States rested solely and exclusively with me? What if my one vote, the intrinsic value of that decision-making process called voting, what if my vote actually made the difference and selected Donald Trump or Hillary Clinton? Now remember, I was one of 537 votes in 2000 here in Florida that determined that George Bush was the president. 537 out of 8 or 9 million cast. It could come down to 1, but theoretically, my Christian brothers and sisters, just think, if you had the obligation to make the decision as to who the next president would be, what would you do? Well, I decided that I had an option to vote for either Trump, Pence, the Republican platform, and that whole movement, or Hillary Clinton, Tim Kaine, the Democrat platform, and that whole movement. You see, I never saw this as me voting for one person. I saw this as a critical watershed movement. And my 3rd reason, do I punk out and punt to God, taking a sanctimonious pass at that moment when so much vitally is at stake for our nation, our families, our country? Or do I dig down deeply and find that leadership magic that resides in every single Christian? Look, my Christian brothers and sisters, God holds us responsible for doing what we know, not for something we don't know. We know 30 years of Hillary Clinton. We know what she said she's going to do. We know the disaster that resides there from a Christian perspective. Conversely, we also know what Donald Trump says he's going to do. Is he a wild card? Of course he's a wild card. But our move to make a decision on the fact that we know that he's going to do something that isn't aligned with Christian truth is significantly different than either the sanctimonious pass, not wanting to participate at the moment when it's tough to participate, or do we move forward truthfully, honestly, and make decisions based upon what we know? That's the thought process that went around in my head, and I came out that at this moment in history, I got to be in that booth on November 8th and cast my vote humbly but proudly, trying to move this country in a particular direction. And you know something? It's very possible that my vote could be the determining vote that moves this country in one direction or in another direction. Or it's very possible that your vote, Christian brother and sister, may be that vote that fundamentally moves this country in one direction